Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Not Daily Dose of Gaming News and all that good stuff. And as always, also published on Rumble and on Patreon and anything else I usually go about on Twitter X. I did yesterday did a publishing of another episode of Death Stranding that will continue on Thursday. And for the moment being, 2 episodes per week is at least the best that I can do here. Other than that, we got already some completed gameplay series here for you to check out if you want to. So let's go to the news. Again, similarly, every now and then we will have to cover this. Again, another burn connector, so the 12-volt power pin connectors were burned from MSI. Again, in this specific case, it seems that the user did supposedly did not connect properly the connector itself. Given that he confirmed that he used this connection instead of using separate cables that come out of the PSU, and he just connected one cable. Probably there are some cables that have like two got a splitter, and I think that's one of the reasons that this might be happening. Even though this is a 5070 Ti, if not mistaken, I think it's around about 400 watt, 300 watts. Sorry. It can, depending on the model, use the necessity of having two or three cables when you use an adapter per se. Um, but then again, it to a certain degree, it just demonstrates the fact that when you have this kind of flawed design to a certain degree, and especially when you don't have on the side of the GPU itself some kind of power balancing, because again, the cables burn because there is too much power on the connector itself. So the best way to explain this is when you have a resistance in the connection, there is the necessity of the GPU demanding even more power to sustain operation, and then the PSU will start delivering that power as best as it can. And as you can see, even with the PCI 8 kind of connections and frame that they have high tolerances. And again, it was the weakest point of the connection, which is the part that connects to the GPU. Again, I think this is bad design in overall sense, because there is no kind of module, power balancing module on the GPUs to monitor this situation. And I don't know, like a warning stuff there that or just close the applications, shuts down the GPU to avoid any kind of physical damage to the hardware. Again, we saw that in the introduction of the RTX 3090 Ti. It's when the implementation of the 12-volt power pin started, and at that GPU specifically, they had a module that was power balancing the current in all the cables to avoid any kind of burnouts on the cables itself or even in the connectors. They stopped doing that on the 40 and 50 series GPUs, and I think it just increased the possibility, even when a user doesn't connect properly the GPUs. And even I think when you think about the framework like the 12-volt power pin system, I think when you have this kind of situations when there is the possibility of a user not connecting properly the adapter into the GPU and between the GPU and the PSU, I think there should be something there happening in terms of warning, like a blinking light or a audible sound telling that something is not properly connected, or there is a situation that might happen if you proceed with this kind of connection scheme, like you see here on this. I think this is a sticker that is on the PSUs. Um, yeah, this is not good, and I think that this should need to be patched as soon as possible regarding this situation with the 12-volt power pin thing there. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what they will do for the 6000 series, because I don't think this is going to be solved soon enough for the 5000 series, even with the refresh coming there. But yeah, this is what I got from hardware. We got Ubisoft still insisting that they are working hard on the Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time remake. I think this is from next post. Yep, we are still deep in game, explore, building, ensuring the sands move with purpose. This game is created by a team that really cares. We'll see about that. And they are putting their hearts, okay, and a lot of coffee into every step. Thank you for sticking with us. Again, I'm not sure about Ubisoft. This project itself, the remake, they had a previous team, if not mistaken, working that before. That the project reached to a point that didn't impress the higher ups, so they basically restarted from scratch. At least that's my understanding. And yeah, they are working on it. Supposedly, we'll have the launch of this remake on 2026 if the company can survive until then. We'll see about that. Again, they should, because they got an injection of at least a couple of billions, if not mistaken, from Tencent, from that subsidiary that they made, which by itself is another issue for the company itself. Again, I remember playing this game when it came out. I really enjoyed. It was a good experimentation that they did, and the mechanics of the wall running and the parkour systems were pretty good at the time. We'll have to wait and see what they're going to do on this remake. See if they're going to improve anything there. Then we got also the first Berserker Khazan. They will launch a free DLC with a lot of rewards. Um, uh, which is good. They're going to have a reward pack bundle of a gesture of gratitude to the game's early adopters and loyal community. Again, this will be like a female combatant, so basically a skin or a model different. It will have its own dialogue also, from my understand. Some stuff, the combat skills, animations, and costumes remain the same. Some scenes from the movie cutscenes, I suppose, will not be shown, and certain monologues will be censored in this edition. Again, I never played the game, so I'm not sure what they might be referring there. And then they have the Pathfinder package. Again, there are some eligibility requirements for this. Again, I will leave the link to the article in the description below so you can check for it. And then you got an overview of the package itself. So the male model, the female model, and then you got some hairstyles also for both of the characters there. And then there is kind of an explanation of what you should do if you want to claim the rewards. And yeah, basically that's it. Again, it's one of those games that it's on my wish list for one of these days to try it out when I have time, and probably do a series. But yeah, interesting that they are doing some free DLC. Again, the game seemed to be sold pretty well, and it got very positive feedback from the community, at least on Steam. On other stuff, we got kind of the reminder of one of the games. This is from Summer's Game Fest, if not mistaken, from the show. I think this was shown there, the trailer of Crisol, Theater of Idols. I covered this kind of very interesting what they say here, or what they're trying to showcase here, which is, again, the setup itself is pretty interesting. You play as a Gabriel soldier who can use his own blood as a deadly weapon. We endeavor on a journey to fulfill divine mission of the sun god. Again, the setting seems very how it's called, that game. I completely forgot the name of the game. At least the world setting, and very I completely forgot the name. Sorry, of the kind of Metroidvania game, pixel art style, Blasphemous. Very Spanish themed, and very dark in that sense. And you basically reload weapons with your blood. The bullets are blood, basically. A very interesting mechanic there. And suppose you can drain blood out of the enemies, or at least it seems that way. But yeah, you got the launch trailer here. It probably will come out later this year, supposedly, but there is no specific release date. And then lastly, there is some reports that the Crimson Desert is going to launch November 2nd this year, according to a Korean website. Again, we had the release for this game supposedly for fall of this year, and supposedly it's going to fall on the winter. Again, November too. It's all the same. It's by the end of this year. Um, Again, it's going to be a global launch, and it's let's see if we have official confirmation from them. One of the most interesting things here from this game, it's not only the open world and the gameplay videos that we already saw, trying to tackle different aspects of the game in terms of game mechanics, but the fact that it is a proprietary engine, Black Space engine, very interesting what they do there. We'll see how tamed it is for PC requirements or not. But yeah, just a quick recap that this game was, at the time that it was announced, right about 2019, it was supposedly to be kind of an offshoot of the Black Desert game, in the same sense that it was a multiplayer game. And over time, they changed and they changed directions for a single player action adventure game with supposedly every focus on narrative. That's why it was delayed until now. It's been cooking for a while. But yeah, we already saw some of the clips that they showed regarding gameplay. It seems very interesting. Hopefully, we can have a confirmation if it's coming to Steam on November 2nd. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, in terms of games, it's what I got for in terms of news that I caught my attention here. I'm just going to wrap up with some gaming deals. We got still Bionic Bay, very interesting gaming puzzle. Yeah, a lot of manipulation of time and gravity and all that jazz. Seems very interesting of how you go about playing the game. But yeah, very positive feedback from the community. We got also Children of Morta, still 80% off. We got also Dave the Diver is now on sale, 40% off. Very positive feedback. They usually bring up new content from time to time for this game. At least that's my perception. But yeah, it seems to have a lot of stuff that you can do here on the game. And basically, I think you own a restaurant and then you have to go fishing and do a lot of side activities there for you to supply the restaurant with supplies and the such. Then you got Devil May Cry 5 still on sale. Seems to be the better Devil May Cry games that came out. And again, overwhelming positive feedback. We got Dredge 50% off in all editions. Again, this is one of those games that I really want to play one of these days. Very interesting the setup and interesting the mechanics of the fishing game there. We got also Midnight Suns. I do recommend this game. This what is on sale at this moment is the Legendary Edition, which has the character DLC there. Again, I do recommend. I did enjoy it. Strangely enough, it's mixed recently. I'm not sure you have to do anything with 2K, but the game is pretty good from the same guys that brought XCOM 2. I did a gameplay series on this one. If you have any curiosity, you can check out the first couple of episodes to have an idea what this game is about. But it's basically XCOM with deck building mechanics there. Then you got also Miasma Chronicles, kind of a spiritual successor, let's say, of Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. It's a different setting, but the gameplay mechanics seems to be improved from the other game. But yeah, I'm very curious about this one also. They did a pretty serviceable job in my perspective regarding Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. And at this time, Miasma Chronicles is 60% off. We got also Okami. It's 50% off still. So this is the port of that game from long time ago. We got Pacific Drive Deluxe Edition, 50% off. Again, one of those that I really want to play. You got Resident Evil still on sale, all the games. I will leave all the links to all Steam pages of all Resident Evil games so you can pick and choose and complete your collection. We still have Silent Hill 2 Remake, 40% off. Might be a good time to try out this game. Again, there's some issues here with censoring in certain aspects, and I think there is kind of a small changes in the way the story is told. And but other than that, it seems pretty good. We got also the Callisto Protocol. Again, at this price point, I can recommend you try out this game. I did the gaming series on this one. I did manage to claim the game for free on Epic Game Store at the time. Very interesting game. It's not Dead Space. It's Callisto Protocol. So don't expect anything similar to Dead Space other than the enemies are very similar in that sense. Other than that, interesting premise, and interesting gameplay mechanics there. But yeah, I do recommend at this price point, and you can check out the first couple episodes of my gameplay series on this one to have an idea how this game will work. And then lastly, we got the Invincible, story narrative driven, first person narrative driven with some puzzles and the such, based on the book of the same name from Stanislav Lu, hard sci-fi, if not mistaken, and at this moment is 45% off. But yeah, with all that said, I will wrap up for today with a plug on my Patreon for extra support as usual. This extra support is more in line for me to try and get some better storage solutions so I can have backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, Kunami Master out.